Actually, I sew a skirt with fascinator and then other things related to fashion. I want to thank Springboard Rose Show for giving me the opportunity to showcase my talents, and then I'll encourage the young ones to also make an attempt in case there is an advert somewhere for you to showcase your talent. I thank everybody for the support given to me. Thank you very much.
All right, so who exactly is Matilda Ayelitigi? Matilda comes from the Upper East region, 15 kilometers from Bolga. She says she travels 9 hours to get to school every time she said she's an MPhil student in development studies at KNUST. So we went to KNUST 3 weeks ago for a pre-Springboard event in entrepreneurship. And we invited them to attend Springboard, and that was when she got the idea that don't just attend, come and showcase your talent. And Paula, I mean, you were more excited about her win than she herself. So tell me, from your perspective, for the benefit of those who were not there yesterday, what did Matilda do that caught the attention of? What exactly was her act, and what was special about it for you?
Matilda, I mean, I just have to say this first. She has such a sweet spirit, such a lovely spirit. And I mean, for me, what I loved about Matilda, she showcased her talent of sewing, and right on stage, she had a sewing machine there. She sewed, and she had 2 models that she dressed up, right in front of us. And what I liked about her was that she wasn't at all daunted by the crowd and, all the tension there. She focused, and she was able to sew her clothes and everything, and then dressed her models. And I mean, that was simply phenomenal. The focus that she had, she wasn't daunted by anyone, and at the end of the day, what she did was, for me, absolutely phenomenal. And when she spoke about the fact that aside even going to school and having a white collar job, it was also good to invest in your talent. That did it for me. That absolutely did it for me, because she was talking about multiple streams of income, which is right up my street. Right.
So just for the benefit of our listeners, so the Springboard UNB Talent Show is just an opportunity for anyone who has a talent out there, who believes that their talent deserves to be seen by the whole world, to showcase that talent on a big platform. And so these were people who we hadn't met before. They just submitted entries, and we shortlisted the best 6 and showcased them on the day, and then selected 3 winners. The first one got 2,500 Ghana cedis, the second one got 1,500, the third one got 500. For these students, that was big money, and it was just so much fun for them. And then she was also touched by the fact that as part of our program, we are finding her a mentor to coach her in developing that talent in fashion for the next 1 year. That was big for her. Fantastic. And then, of course, the audience that saw her across the whole world. Comfort, you were involved in putting this together. Did you? And just for the benefit of our listeners, she wasn't the only act. There was spoken word. There was somebody who was into alcohol abuse, drunkenness, showcasing how a life can be transformed. There was somebody showing up some animation with a beautiful song about a butterfly flying away. Fly, different acts, but Matilda definitely was the winner, closely followed by another person who showcased spoken word at the event. But Comfort, putting this together, did you envisage that the response would be this big?
Yeah. Because I've been over the years through Springboard, through the wow moments, I've seen how they participate, and so I realized that it has the potential of being a really nice add-on or augmentation of the Springboard program. Right. And additionally, I was looking forward to not just doing the traditional music and dance, but something outside that field. Because those who are good with their skills with the voice or something usually get the opportunity, and those who are outside do not see themselves featuring in such setups. So I was very happy when, as an organization, we decided that it's not just going to be limited to the arts, but then we're going to open it up to digital arts, animation. Yes, so that we can have more people participating and get more. So I was very happy with the diversity that we got in Kumasi.
Right.
And I'm praying that for Accra and Cape Coast to get even more diverse entries. I remember
tell me, what's the picture so far from Accra? Are we getting some big entries?
We've had a number of entries even before the Kumasi, but it peaked between 3 p.m. yesterday and even up to this morning.
Look, all those people who watch the show in Accra and started plotting how to come in, and the prizes in Accra are huge. Listen, the winner in Accra is getting twice what the winner in Kumasi got, 5,000 Ghana cedis. There and then, cash. It's coming to you from UMB right at the show. The second person is getting, 2,000 Ghana cedis?
Yes.
And the third person is getting 1,000 cedis. So even the third prize itself is big. And that's apart from the wow moments. And I hear from Noel Kojo Ganson that the wow moment will be huge. The MTN Pulse wow moment will be huge. So there are winners. We're there for you. There are winners all over the place. All you are required to do. And somebody sent me, listen, whatever the gate fee is, we'll pay. The funny thing is, there's no gate fee. For the past 4 years, Springboard has been free. Just come. And I know you say, well, you can pre-register, but I'll tell you something. If somebody comes from Swedru and lands there at 5 a.m., I can't tell the person to wait for you to enter first. Right. It's first come, first served. So just be at the National Theatre. Make sure you are there before 12 when it starts. And that's it. It starts 12, King 000, and it's going to be huge. I'm going to bring you more details about Accra, but let me just wrap up with Kumasi. And so, yes, Matilda had a great time. Everybody who was there had a great time. But let me just spend a few minutes zeroing down on content, because the real objective, apart from all the and just last one on the talent show, I think that another thing about the talent show that was really, really, for me, very beneficial was the guidance of the judges. So we had the benefit of judges who were very accomplished, people who were in the media, people who were in very significant positions in the arts, including the person who wrote KJTR versus Makola, the founder of the creator of that series, and he was what's the name? Louis, and he was there, and he provided some very useful feedback about commercializing, putting the talent out in a big way that can find value. I found that also very helpful. But let's talk about the content. So, Paula, you spoke first. You for the benefit of our audience, give us a summary of what you shared about life improvement.
Yeah, well, basically what I spoke about was the fact that the digital revolution is here, and people like, Klaus have also indicated that the fourth industrial revolution is here. And, so what it is that change is inevitable. And what the digital technology is trying to do right now is to take the existing forms of the way things are done and to make them more efficient and more productive. So, let's talk about Matilda. She's a seamstress. Imagine if she uses technology in a way that she's able to put her work out there on the internet. People are going to be able to access it globally. It's amazing. And so this is something that it's a tide that is here. And, if you don't jump in, you're going to be left behind. Millions of jobs are going to be created in the future. And the future is closer than we think. We're talking about the future like it's far away. It's much, much closer than we think. A lot of jobs are going to be made redundant given the digital age that we are in. And, what we have to look at is to assess what we are doing currently and to find out what we can do to improve ourselves, use technology in such a way that a decade from now will still be relevant.
I want to come back to you and ask you what people seemed to be scared about in the question time. Yeah, I'm going to come back to you on that. But let me come to you, Comfort. Pala mentions jobs that will shrink or are under siege, and it's something that you spoke about that attracted a lot of questions. For the benefit of our listeners, just give us that list that you put out about jobs that, per the World Economic Forum's analysis, those jobs that are on the decline. Will be on the decline from 2022 and beyond. Just give us some highlights.
Well, basically, jobs that are repetitive and standardized, jobs that don't really require a lot of thinking, things that you can easily automate, they're going to be are declining. And by 2022, they would have declined significantly. And part of those include people like data entry clerks, accounting people, let's say that customer service people, because here you are now, people would go, I would go to an app and give the organization my information and what I want, so I don't need to interact with another human being. And therefore, if you are just focused on just customer service and saying that, oh, you're most welcome to the organization, guess what? The app is doing it for you. So you don't need that human being again. And and the thing is, because of a drive for efficiency and standardization, and also the being sure that the service that you render is universal, anybody anywhere in the world trying to get that organization's service should have uniform service everywhere. The drive for that kind of standardization is growing. So these kind of jobs, if you're just an ordinary recording person, you are out of a job. As you're talking about Matilda, I'll just reminded of a disruptor in the eyeglass sector, whereby they said the glasses are too high. Why do I have to go to an optician to get a glass? And they do all their business, they do all their business online. So much so that you can even order. One of the things that you fear is that when you order your glasses, they may not suit your face. You can order and bring it to you, and you can try those glasses, and if you don't like it, send it back. And it's all lower than going to an eyeglass, a regular eyeglass optician. So why won't such businesses thrive? They are getting a third of the cost, efficiency, and so it is possible that those kind of businesses will decline. However, if Matilda can even think of the way of starting, believe me or not, 3D printing of her dresses, and therefore her business is available not for just a person who would walk into her doors, but somebody who is sitting in some part of the world and can just say, okay, I like this design, and that thing can be shipped over, printed, and you can wear it immediately. You increase your marketability, you increase the market share. And your job is there, and people from all over the world can print. I keep on saying that Amazon doesn't have any great business. They just have systems that are able to feed people the information they want, the business they need, they want the services or products that they are looking for, and they get it.
It's just been announced that Jeff Bezos is the richest man in the world, and when you look at the business model of Amazon, Airbnb, Netflix, and some of the most interesting business models today, Uber and so on, you realize that you don't even have to own anything. It's just about finding exactly how to increase the reach and the convenience. And to give customers what they want, where they want it, how they want it. We're going to talk about that a bit more, and why you must be in Accra for the Global Convocation. But let me remind you that choosing gifts for your loved ones can be a stressful thing to do. But thanks to MTN, you don't have to stress out trying to figure out the perfect gift for your loved ones. If you love me, send me the perfect gift with an MTN gift bundle, and send me MTN data. So go on, show some love with MTN data. Snapchat, tweet, retweet, post, stream, and browse all season long with MTN gift bundles. How do you do it? Just dial *527# to choose the perfect gift bundle for your loved ones from the MTN digital store and show just how much you love them. I bet see we day for you everywhere you go. And I tell you, yesterday MTN showed that they did for us, but it's going to be even bigger at the Global Convocation in Accra. Let me tell you 3 reasons why you must be in Accra. The National Theatre will be open to receive you anytime from the first thing in the morning. You can just bring your laptop, come and sit down and work while you wait, because when we went to the trade fair, and for the first time we saw people arriving at 5:30, we thought they were joking. But I'm out for a big world, as they say in Pidgin English. It's going to be very big this Saturday at the Global Convocation at the National Theatre. It's going to be open to receive you anytime. Just come in, and right from the morning there'll be videos playing. There'll be something to engage you. Just come in and wait for 12 noon when the program kicks off, and you will have the time of your life. Solid content, solid inspirational messages, and clear direction in the areas of digitization, life improvement, and of course that big keynote address from my mentor and my boss, Dr. Mensa Anamwa Otabil. You will hear something that will challenge you to the next level of your life. Yesterday I talked about the 7 areas that are driving everything that is changing the world. I'm going to mention them again for your benefit, and then when I come back, I'm going to ask my guests to help us to appreciate what exactly is this big thing called the Global Convocation, and why, in their opinion, must somebody that they love and appreciate be there. I am thinking of that 5,000 CDs actually. If I was not disqualified from our participate and get it, I know exactly what I would have done. But the 7 things that are driving, I call them the drivers of change. You want to do something big, you are involved in any area of endeavor. If you want to do something that will change the world and fight, like Comfort is saying, lower than the competition, and people will swarm to what you do. The 5th driver is value-added service. Somehow people are finding ways to make it nicer and nicer to do business with them. You do business with them and they make you so happy that for days you are talking about it and telling everyone at no cost to the company, free marketing, telling everyone about the value-added services you get. And that's a big one. The 6th one is diverse options. Today's customer is very informed, very assertive, very independent, and they want more and more and more. And when you get to sit with them in focus groups, they want diversity. So they want different shades, different colors, different styles, and you must be able to be flexible enough to deliver them everything that they want, and they will pay you their money. And then the final one is a culture of continuous improvement. You must be passionate about improvement of everything that you do, and that is one thing that would ensure that you are always at the cutting edge. I'm going to bring you the song Bononi by Joe Metal. When I come back, let's talk about the Global Convocation. If you have not as yet blocked Saturday the 16th of March, it is the Global Convocation. The song is Bononi by Joe Metal, and why not? Let me dedicate to Salome Bruku, sitting in Kumasi and listening to us on the Springboard ratio, monitoring to make sure that we are doing it right. So this show is yours. Enjoy it. When I come back, the Global Convocation. Please don't go away.
Hallelujah. Celebrate Jesus with me tonight. Hallelujah. All right, so this song is my testimony. Amen. Can I share it with you tonight? All right, let's go. I am who I am because of you. If it had not been for you, tell me where would I be?
Joy 99.7
I was lost
FM.
and sinking deep in sin, but you reached out your hand and rescued me. No one else can do the things you do. There's no one else but you.
My name is Ampa Abigail, 1100 student of Kane University. Well, this program has been my greatest motivation. It has taught me how to enhance my personal value, and it has also held me in the aspect of me being bold to bring out my innovations, and that someone somewhere might be motivated to help me one day. Thank you very much.
Oh God, there's no one else but you. So I say this. Bononi, Bononi, Bono. No one else but you. Bononi, Nuncha Bononi, Bono. No one else but you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Luigi McLean.
Never thought that you could love someone like me. Gave up your life for me, yeah. You even go home and call me your very own. So grateful for your love, your mercy and grace. No one can you could love someone like me. Give up your life for me, yeah. You even go home and call me your very own. Your very own. So grateful for your love, your mercy and grace. No one can do the things you do for me. Oh, oh, no one else but you. Say,
should I tell you or I shouldn't tell you? Come on. All right, let me tell you. Somebody just sent me a text and said, you know what, I'm adding on 1,000 CDs. So the big winner at the Global Convocation, apart from the 5,000 from UMB, somebody is adding 1,000 CDs. Please, I'll put my phone number out there. If you want to add another 1,000 by Saturday, you can wait to 10,000 for sure. Woo! It is 26 minutes to the hour of 8 o'clock. If you are listening to us, listen, it's just one beautiful evening. Thanking God for Kumasi yesterday, but even more importantly, looking forward to the Global Convocation at the National Theatre in Accra. I said I was giving you 3 reasons. I got so carried away. I gave you 2. I gave you the first one is the 5K, which is now 6K, and then the second one was Dr. Tabo's keynote address. The third reason why you must be at the National Theatre. This is breaking news. We are launching our 26th book, Snakes and Ladders. That is the big reason. Snakes and Ladders, our book number 26 is coming out on Saturday. It will come out on Saturday at 5 a.m. and you who comes to the National Theatre, you'll be the first to get your copies autographed. So that's one more reason to be at the National Theatre, Snakes and Ladders. And that book includes 21 Secrets of the Great. That's one of the chapters. 21 Secrets of the Great. Charlie, I hate to say this, but that's our best book so far. I thought about it and I concluded. Our best book so far, book number 26, Snakes and Ladders. You will like it. Pala, why should they be at the National Theatre on Saturday?
I mean, as usual, there's going to be a lot of discussion about technology and how you can ride on the coattails of it to get where you want to go in the next, 10 years, in the next decade. But more importantly for me, coming from MTN, my CEO is going to be there. He's going to be speaking there as well. So, I mean, just book your seat and...
Since August, I've been timing him.
You've been timing him?
Yeah. When we met at the Festival of Ideas, I said to him, Salom, this year you must speak.
Yes.
Wonderful. It's just a blessing to me.
We're expecting him to be there to deliver.
Right.
And I mean, MTN being the number 1 telecoms company in Ghana, I mean, what can you expect? The CEO must have a lot to offer. So
if Salom is coming, then I know that the MTN Pulse wow moment will be even bigger. I'm going to tell him that he should add the CEO power to the Pulse wow moment so that it will fly to the roof.
To pulsate.
All right, so that's the big one for you, Pala. While I'm still on your hanging out with you, let me just find out from you. Yesterday there was I love the colloquium. Yeah. When people ask questions, it means they are listening very intently, and the things that concern them, they are asking for direction. What came across to you as the issue of biggest concern to people during the question time?
Yeah, for me, what I realized was that people began to ask whether the courses they were doing now was going to be relevant at all for the future. And I believe that what Comfort and I were able to convince them was that, yes, you have to, it's a springboard, to borrow the whole word. It's a springboard. You have to start somewhere. But then what you need to do is to constantly assess what you have and to find out how relevant this will be in the future. And what can you do? You need to do a gap analysis to mitigate whatever is lacking, to ensure that by the time the decade is here, you're still going to be relevant. And so that is one of the things we talked about. We talked about how important information was, how available it was now,
right? So
that no matter what you're doing now, you're able to continuously educate yourself, improve upon yourself, using technology and the digital revolution to get where you need to be in the future. So that's one of the things that I think we believe we worked on during the colloquium.
So Comfort, their fear, I think that was arising partly from your presentation about shrinking industries. So basically what their concern was that if I'm now going to take a course in an area that is about to shrink, is it worth my while to take that course? Among other things, I think we assured them that for every one door that closes, from the statistics that we have, we are projecting probably about 64 million jobs lost, but 157 million jobs created. So for if the statistics are correct, for every one that is lost, 2 additional ones will be created. So more doors are opening than those that are being lost. So the interest rather should be in how do I position myself to be relevant in the areas that are opening up. Comfort, do you think we satisfied them with those answers?
Most definitely. And if I take the Ghanaian context, when let's say about 20 years ago, when computers first started coming in and we had so many stenographer secretaries. I mean, in those days, anybody who told a stenographer secretary that your job is on the line felt that you were being a doomsday prophet. But it has been proven that it has come to pass, and if you are a PA, there's the opportunity of sitting behind it and all you do is taking letters is no longer there. You are more versatile. So if we talk about a coming age where there will be a merger of a person or a human with a computer, it's not something that is scary. It's something that is exciting. And so for me, the joy of being young is being adventurous.
Right.
And therefore they should not see it as a threat. They should see it as an opportunity, and therefore look and find out where can I play in this field and what role can I do. I mean, I always keep on saying that being net consumers is something that is not good for the African continent, and therefore we must start looking at how we can also put in our information and blow it and let it go wide. So then we can also become the people who we are quoting on the Wall Streets of this world, or who knows, maybe at that time the Ghanaian bourse will be really vibrant. So they'll be saying that on the GSE stock index, this particular organization has now gained so many basis points and now is trading at the trillion mark. Yes.
All right. May that be your story.
Amen.
Right. So it's 19 minutes to the hour of 8 o'clock. Let me open the phone lines. Are you planning to come to Accra? Are you going to be attending as a participant, or you will go a step further and actually participate in the talent show? Let me find out. The number to call 0244340437 0244340437. So it's going to be at the National Theatre, 12 noon to 5 p.m. It's going to be huge. Oh, sorry. The number to call 030-221-6541 030. What I gave you was the WhatsApp number. The phone number to call 030-221-6541 030-221-6541. Yesterday I shared about jobs that didn't exist in 2009 that are very, very key today. Let me give you that list while we open our phone line. So social media managers didn't exist in 2009. We didn't have growth hackers. We didn't have telemedicine physicians. We didn't have app developers. So when you went to school to do maths in 2009 and they asked you what will you do with it, and now you are an app developer, go and find them and give them the answer that you are an app developer. Then there was no Uber driver. There was no driverless car engineer, those working on the Tesla cars and so on. There was no podcast producer. There was no Zumba dance instructor. There was no director of analytics. There was no sustainability director. Sustainability wasn't such a big thing those days, but these days every organization has a desk at almost the exco level that deals with sustainability, ensuring that whatever business is done in a socially responsible way with an eye on the environment, etc., etc. So that's the big deal. There are several new jobs that have been created, and it's possible that what you are doing now, hey, when you finish school, you go and do something different from what you learned in school. The most important thing is to make yourself versatile and make yourself relevant. And once you do that, the world will open up to you and the new opportunities will be there for you. So the phone lines are open, 030-221-6941. Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening, Reverend.
Your name, where are you calling from, please?
Stephen Manchester.
Stephen, you are a regular. I suspect you will be at the National Theatre on Saturday.
Yes.
Are you coming as a participant, or you are getting involved in the talent show, or of course you're not watching?
A participant.
Charlie, we look forward to seeing you, and look out for the Snakes and Ladders. You will like that book, I'm telling you.
Reverend, hello.
Yes, Stephen.
Yes, a good point here. Hello.
I'm saying that when you come, look out for the brand new book, Snakes and Ladders.
Okay, let me make a quick point here. Hello.
Go ahead, Stephen.
Well, all the things that you're saying, they are good. But if we can inculcate that in our education system, it will be better. But it seems you are interested in changing names of education institutions, but substance is not there. And that is the bane of what you are doing here.
Stephen, you are so passionate about education. I'll recommend you to the education minister to find a desk for you at the Ministry of Education. I'll see you on Saturday, Stephen. Thank you so much. All right, the number to call 030-221-6541. Call into the show. Let's talk. Saturday is the big day. Are you going to be there? Hello, good evening. All right, 030-221-6541. If you are going to be at the National Theatre on Saturday for the Global Convocation, call into the show, and if you have a question about it, fine, call and let's know. But that's the place where we are gathering for the big Global Convocation, and I trust that you will be there. If you are in Cape Coast, please wait for us on the 30th of March. We will be there for the Cape Coast event. Last year, the Cape Coast and Liverpool traveled to come to Accra. You are invited to come back again, but just make sure you are there for your Cape Coast one as well. 030-221-6541. Call into the show. Let's talk about the Global Convocation. Pala, when you were, as a legal practitioner, as somebody at the highest level in your firm, growing your career, affecting lives, living the dream, when you were at the university level, did you get the benefit of something like a Springboard?
No, I didn't. But what I realized was that technology was available, not to the extent that it is today, and as I had indicated, I studied about electronic law and all of that, and it totally challenged the way we studied law. For example, stealing was done by physically breaking a door and, entering through someone's window and taking things. When you studied electronic law, you found out that, look, you could wire lots of money by stealing someone's password and their monies would be gone. Assets would be lost in seconds, and so it totally changed the way, it's changed the way law was studied in my time, and now you realize that it's totally different now, the way things are done. Crime is committed differently now, in the electronic environment. Interactions are totally different. So you sit down and we found out about abduction, for instance, was being done differently now. You had people, I was talking to Comfort about this yesterday, where people would pretend, for instance, to be a very virtually engaging people, pretending to be who they weren't, simply because the electronic environment gives that ability for people to also hide, and do all kinds of things. And that's why we talk about being conscious about safety and the kind of information, etc., that you put out there.
Per the World Economic Forum, they describe people like you as the people that will drive the future. Their concept is that the person who does law and then also studies about technology or telecommunications is at a big advantage, because you don't just do the raw repetitive core course that you have done, but you've specialized in an area. Looking at the 10 emerging jobs that have advantage, 7 of them have the word specialist attached to it. It seems to be the case, Comfort. From the list that you put out there, it seems to be the case that people who are multidisciplinary in outlook have a bigger chance going forward than people who are one-dimensional.
Definitely. So then part of the people are data analysts and scientists, AI or artificial intelligence and machine learning specialists. And then third, we have software and applications developers and analysts, sales and marketing professionals. And in this case, you're looking at people who are interested in big data. It's not just selling, but then big data users. And then you have big data specialists, digital transformation. And the operative word is transformation specialists, new technology specialists, organizational development specialists, information technology services, and then definitely the multi-skills job functions. So then it's not enough that you know how to put together a book. Fair enough. Anybody can do that. A computer, once you went to this fair in Grouper where you had a whole room that had a machine with just one human being taking care of that machine. And the machine could print, stitch, collate, stitch, and trim, and even empack. the thing that we used to have 6 different people doing that job function. Yeah. And you just need one person who can just look after the machine to ensure that the thing is doing well.
Funny enough, there was 40,000 books being finished on the machine, and there was only one Indian guy, and he was actually smoking while he was working, just relaxed, just watching. I just stared at him like this because my background at the time, typically, I mean, these are 6 different departments, each of them packed with manual workers, and he was binding a job for, I remember it was for Nissan, a car manual, 40,000 copies. He says, in the next hour it will be ready. Wow. And they would just kind of pick it in 1 hour's time, and he was just smoking and telling me, it's cool. I'm saying, hey! But that meant also that one person is doing the job of probably about 40 people and 6 departments, and that's where it gets very interesting going forward. All right, it's 10 minutes to the hour of 8 o'clock, and so if you just joined us along the line, we are talking about the Springboard Roadshow. What the Roadshow is about. This year is about the digital revolution. Somebody says, I don't like technology. It scares me. It puts me away. Paula, is this about raw technology, or is about the functionalities and how the reality of our world has changed?
I mean,
because some people just get so scared about the word technology that they just freeze.
You know, I think that people are actually involved in technology without even being aware of it.
Right.
You know, one of the things that has been said is that a simple cell phone, you know, has more power than any computer in the 80s and 90s did. And it's all in your pocket. I mean, if you look at the functionalities that a simple cell phone, you know, has. I mean, sometimes you can just take your cell phone, you're able to do your emails, you're able to call, you're able to do all the communication and work and everything just by that little gadget, you know. And so it's closer than we think. And whether you like it or not, change is here. And so you might as well, you know, jump in and swim.
Let me tell you a very funny thing that happened. So somebody calls from the village and says, this person is not well. I say, how bad it is? Very, very bad. I say, how bad is it? I said, turn your phone, press the camera. When you look in the camera, just press the video, point to the person.
Yes.
So from the comfort of your home, you literally can get a visual of the state of the person who is not well. You can actually WhatsApp that to the doctor.
Yes.
So that even if they are traveling, it will take them probably 3 hours to get to Accra, but somebody can give immediate advice on the first step, the second step, and the third step. Absolutely. This is convenience. This is life. So it's not really about whether you did IT in school.
At all. I mean, and like I said, look, like, you know, in my presentation, I said the digital revolution has made all of us experts in everything. Like when I go to the hospital and I'm given a drug, I immediately Google, find out what the side effects are, etc. What, you know, I'm taking that could, you know, conflict with it. I look at it. I had a loved one who had diabetes, and in just 2 hours from my bed, I was able to read about it. And I can tell you, I'm as good as any person who's done medicine over the 7 years. Please, I'm sure someone
my friend
will put me in fast. But you know,
the diabetologist will call into the show right now, and you will see.
In 2 hours, I learned about diabetes, all of that, you know, just from my bedroom,
right,
by using technology. And so let's not be afraid of it. Let's embrace it. Be curious. You know, they are saying curiosity killed the cat. Which cat? There are so many cats around. So, you know, be curious, dive in, you know, find out what there is. There's so much information. Use it responsibly, you know, and use it to develop yourself for the future.
All right, so let me come to comfort. Yesterday, even on the wings of the roadshow, there was a networking period, and I spoke to a 60-year-old person who had done stenography. She had done secretary. I mean, she was a trained secretary, and she says at that time it was such a big thing. And over the years, her career has evolved into that of a personal assistant and also in charge of events, working under a very significant person. And for me, as she described the various stages of her life, the impact of technology, I found out that, listen, you have no excuse. It doesn't matter what you learned in school. It doesn't matter how much they tell you that industry is shrinking. If you apply yourself and you are committed, you can reinvent yourself. And yesterday, my whole presentation was about reinvent yourself and make yourself relevant every single time. Come for your closing thoughts as we wrap up and prepare for Accra. Why should somebody be there? And for you, what is the big thing about Springboard this year?
For me, the big thing about Springboard is the fact that I am glad we are putting digitization on the big on the front for people to not only realize the opportunities, but people to also to see if they are well positioned to take advantage of the opportunities. Because if we realize the story in the Who Moved My Cheese, which you alluded to in your presentation yesterday, Albert, you remember that the cheese has moved. And if we are still sitting in our corner and saying that, well, you know, in our time, you need to do a face-to-face dialogue with somebody before you can make a decision. Times have changed. The person who is best positioned to have to work in a virtual atmosphere is the person who can take advantage. You know, when I was talking about future of jobs, I was talking about somebody who is able to have a multi-layered approach to work. So then, yes, you don't just come to work and do a particular schedule, but you can be a designer, you can be somebody who understands music, you are somebody who understands production, you're somebody who understands marketing, and all of that, one person sitting with one device, and you are able to excel at that. And that is the person who is positioned to take advantage of the future. If we stick to our small holes, the cheese will move, and we'll wonder why we are not progressing in life, and that would be to our detriment. So I want to encourage people. The cheese has moved. It's now a digital world, and the digital world implies, in fact, is a fourth revolution where we are fusing human beings and machines together to be productive. And therefore, don't think that just being by yourself, a human, you can be productive. See how you can join the computer or the machine to be the best productive person that the workplace can produce.
Thank you so much, Comfort. Pala, your closing thoughts before we go.
My closing thoughts: change is here. Dive in, swim, be curious, use technology, build yourself, and get where you need to go.
Absolutely beautiful. All right, so we will be at the National Theatre on Saturday, 12 noon to 5 p.m. If you think we still have not mentioned anything that you want to find out about, the number to call, WhatsApp, or email, text, whatever, just reach that number. It's an MTN number, 024, not 0244, 024 9999555. It's the only 24-hour number in Ghana. You can call it anytime. Just call it 024 9999555. And that's the number to also WhatsApp your entry for the talent show. I hear since 3 p.m. yesterday, the number of entries has exponentially increased. As the prize money increases, please let the entries to increase. I want to say a big good evening to Samuel Megan, the man they call Rocky. He says he's listening and he's impressed, and he's definitely going to be. Rocky's going to be there on Saturday at the National Theatre. Let me greet Chris Kwashi. Chris Kwashi is one of the 2007-2008 alumni. He says Springboard is just like well-refined wine from Spain or Italy. Chris, I don't drink, so I don't know how it tastes like. What you say, the older the better. It's our 13th year, Chris Kwashi, and we are going from strength to strength. It's getting better every day. Comfort, you wanted to add something before I tell them who's going to be there on Saturday? Yes.
I wanted to add that the entries, we said it was closing on Monday, but I think I can persuade our host to let us close Tuesday. But we'll do a dress rehearsal. It's important. So
that's why they must send it early. So
send it early. We can select the best out
Tuesday
of the
midnight is cut off.
Yes, and then
Tuesday midnight.
And then we'll do a dress rehearsal on Wednesday, another one on Friday as well. So then we can be sure that we have a good. So please send in your entries, and we'll make the best act win.
Thank you very much. So just to give you the lineup for Saturday, Kofi Daz, the CEO of Rankard, will be there speaking. I'll be there with Comfort speaking as well. We will have our big friend Selam Adadivo from MTN also speaking, and Dr. Mensa Anamwa Otabel will give us his keynote address as well. The venue is the National Theatre. Please don't go to any other venues. The National Theatre. It is 12 noon. And that is the time for the event. So please, if you still have questions, 024 9999555. My name is Albert Okran, and I want to say a big thank you to our sponsors of the road show. Let me thank MTN. This is the 12th year for a company to back an intervention for 12 years. We are very humbled by MTN's consistent, persistent support for the Roadshow, and we want to publicly say it is an investment in the emerging leaders of Ghana, and may God bless MTN's business. For 12 years continuous, since 2008, you've sponsored this intervention. So let's thank MTN. Let's thank UMB for sponsoring the Roadshow this year for the first time. Let's thank Databank. Let's thank the Enterprise Group. I want to say a big thank you to Joy FM Multimedia Group for backing us so big as always. I want to thank Yep Cleaning Services and York's Rent a Car, and want to thank Dream Over also for supporting us. Coming up next, Walk with Jesus, and of course, Michaela Anderson the Great is directing affairs, just like Salome Brook is directing it in Kumasi. The host is Reverend Ransford Abosi, and the topic is the role of women in church leadership. The guest, Reverend Professor Ivy Drafo Amenya, and that will be the topic as we mark International Women's Day. My name is Albert Okran, and on behalf of Matthew, Priscilla, Amos, Emmanuel, Jojo, and of course the boss Comfort, I want to say a big thank you to you, Pala, for joining us. God bless you, God bless you, and God bless you. Good night.
Good night.
And the movers.
That a great man was asked, how do you bring up children? And he said, the first is by example, the second by example, and the third by example.
What are the top 10 things?
Albert, I should confess to you, it's a very difficult subject you're handling.
If you ever found Kelly anywhere sitting as two, the three legs of those two are faith, truthfulness, and enjoyment. Please don't pull any of these legs out. If you do, you will fall.
10 years of reviewing the past, situating the present, and predicting the future. Springboard, your virtual university.